everyone, Miss Coomer here with your online art class. Today, we will be looking at the caves of Lascaux, located in France. The majority of cave art dates back about 40,000 years. Typically, they would show animals humans encountered in their daily lives. During the Ice Age, this would have included the great woolly mammoth. Cave art can also show human figures, scenes of hunting, and symbols. Artists of the time would have used rocks and naturally found paints or pigments to create their work. Historians today believe that cave art held special meaning to the people who created them. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your own cave painting inspired artwork. Alright guys, so we're going to be using some brand new materials today. If you do not have the materials I'm using, use whatever is available to you. The first thing I'm going to be using today is a paper bag. I think a lot of us probably have paper bags at home. I'm going to use a big store size one. If you want to use like a little lunch baggie, you can do that too. But I'm going to find the side of my bag that's like the big flat open area. Okay. And I'm actually going to be cutting that out. So I have sort of like a rectangle or a square to do my artwork on. I know it's hard for you guys to see. The frame of my picture sort of cuts things out, but I'm going to do my best to show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take my pair of scissors. Go ahead and cut out a general rectangle or a square. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. There's my brown paper. And now we're going to do something that we never ever get to do with our paper. We are going to be crumpling it up. So, taking your hands, scrunch up your paper. Feel free to go ahead and stomp on it, sit on it. You want to get all the wrinkles in it that you can. I'm actually going to press down really hard. This is going to sort of soften up my paper. And it's also going to give it some nice wrinkles and creases. I want my paper to look the way that a cave wall would look. So imagine it's bumpy and rough. It's not perfect, right? All right, let's see. I'm going to carefully now take my paper and I want to flatten it out. If I do this quickly, I could rip the paper. I don't want to rip up the paper. At least not yet. Sort of take it back to its original shape. There we go. See that nice rough unevenness? And now I'm going to remove some of the edges. So again, I've got to be careful. Even though I'm messing my paper up, I don't want to take it too far. So I'm just going to sort of tear around the edge, and you'll see, in the light it's a little difficult, you'll see it gets sort of rough in there. I'm only tearing the very edge of my paper. That way the area I draw on can stay nice and big. Feel free to skip this step if you want to. I just like the way it looks. All right. And while you're doing this, thinking about the animal that you are going to be drawing on your cave painting. All right. Flatten it out so you can draw on it. It's not going to get rid of all the wrinkles, but that's okay. We don't want to. Okay. Now you're going to take a pencil. I'll use a Sharpie, so again, you guys can see. And you can draw any animal on here that you want. I'm going to go ahead and draw, I'll do that woolly mammoth. So cool, right? I'm going to do it as big as I can on here. Come down. He's got a nice big trunk. You guys can look at a reference picture if you want while you do this, but one of the cool things about cave painting is how simple those drawings are. So they don't have to be very realistic or have a ton of detail in them. You can keep it simple and you'll be on the right track. Do those tusks. gonna need a tail. There we go. Oh, and eyes. Now, if I want, I could include some cool like symbols, maybe some arrows. That was a common thing to see in cave paintings. Stick figures. Talk about simple. Those would have been common. And then like little handprints and things. Alrighty. Okay. Now, once you're done with your detail, you guys can give this some color. Now, remember from before that the paint that they're using is natural paint. So you're not really gonna see like your bright neon green or your fluorescent pinks. Those kinds of colors are sort of machine and factory made. They're hard to find out in nature. What you're gonna see a lot of in cave painting is sort of natural reds and oranges and yellows. And I have the perfect material for this. I'm going to use chalk pastels today. Again, you guys use whatever materials that you have. So I'm going to pick out maybe a yellow, an orange, a brown. Ooh, that like matches my paper bag. Maybe I'll find a darker brown. That's better. And I want to find a red. There we go. There's my red. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave sort of the background alone. Let it be brown, like just like a cave wall would be. And I'm going to color in my animal or my creature. Now, if you're using chalk pastels like I am, the process is to color first like a crayon. So I'll do a little bit of the red. Maybe I'll switch it up, add some orange. You'll probably notice that I'm not being real careful to cover up all that brown in the background. Remember, this is supposed to look really simple and like it is actually done on a cave wall. So your coloring doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so I've got all three of my warm colors. Let me add a little bit of brown down here. So like I said, we color first like a crayon, then we do the fun part. So you're going to blend. And I'm going to use just one finger, people. If I use my whole hand, I'm going to make a gigantic mess. And it's going to be hard for me to stay inside of the lines of my woolly mammoth. So one finger, maybe two. I'll do one. I'm going to hold my paper down with one hand. And then I blend my colors together. And that yellow joins with my orange joins with my red. And it becomes like this nice soft look. Very similar to how the cave paintings would be. You can actually still go visit those caves of Lascaux. You cannot go in the original caves, but right next to it, they've built a replica cave. And those types of caves are found all over the world, in Spain, in France, South Africa. All those places are known for their cave paintings. I think I'll do, outline my arrow in white, do an orange hand, blend that a little bit. Now you guys can see when you blend, it becomes a little hard to see your original lines. Do your best. And then maybe I'll go back over my eye with a black chalk pastel. But because I want it to stay, I'm not going to blend it. All right, guys, and there we have our cave drawing, our cave painting. I hope you guys have fun with this. Enjoy. Goodbye.